The first book out on Faber, it's going to be kind of a family album really of Manic Street Preachers, the band I'm in, and I've got probably a collection of 2,000 to 3,000 Polaroids from the last 20 to 25 years, and it really is a really kind of humane collection, and it's very self-explanatory. You see the unfolding and unraveling really of four kids that kind of grew up in a bedroom, you know, dreaming of taking over the world. So I think it'll kind of be, I hope it'll be really engaging and really tactile.
Can you tell us a bit about what it is about the art of the Polaroid that attracts you?
I mean, I guess from some artistic point of view, the reason I love Polaroid so much is its simplicity. I'm not a technical photographer. I'd never describe myself as a photographer, but the kind of the instantaneous beauty of a Polaroid I think is perfect for the medium of kind of cataloging a rock and roll band. And obviously the amount of traveling that you see in the book, you know, from Blackwood to Tokyo and back, it's pretty amazing to actually. I think the genius of a Polaroid is you can pinpoint a memory really easily, and I know our fans are just as dedicated as we are in that sense. So I think they'll just look at the book and, you know, they'll be able to associate a memory with it as well, because they are so dedicated. 20 years been on the same label, you know. The label we signed to, Columbia, that's a pretty special music label. And to be on Faber and Faber as well, I feel pretty lucky to be on. I don't know if you call them labels in publishing.
you preempted me there. Yeah, I mean, Faber is a kind of label, I suppose, and we're obviously thrilled to get the chance to work with you. But I know that Faber does have a special place in your heart, especially your affection for Larkin.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, just growing up. This book in particular, High Windows, the little inscription, you know, to Nick from Mam, nice day in Cardiff, 86 summer. I remember it so well. We caught the bus from Blackwood, which used to take about an hour and 10 minutes to get to Cardiff, and we'd go and have omelette and chips and buy a CD or a book or something, or vinyl in those days, I guess. And I just wanted, I'd really started becoming obsessed with poetry anyway. And they all seemed to be on Faber at the time. Eliot, we were starting to do Eliot. We were starting to study The Wasteland for our A-levels. Sylvia Plath. Richie had been really getting into Sylvia Plath. And you just see the little FF pointing up each time. And there's not many labels that you kind of trust like that. I mean, Creation Records at the time, you would buy everything on Creation. And Faber seemed to be a bit like that, and this book in particular just stuck with me forever, and I became, you know, obsessed with Larkin. Just the normality of his life when really he was completely extraordinary, but I loved the idea. Obviously, it's sort of, I think Larkin was like the poetry equivalent of Morrissey, that it seemed kind of dowdy, Hull, ordinary, but really it was technicolor and out of this world. And the two seem to combine at the same time for me. It might be kind of that in the Polaroid book. There's so many candid, beautiful shots of the four of us together. The bond you can see in a Polaroid really is. There's a lot of truth in them.